Hello everyone, this is Ram Samtekar. Welcome to all in Java programming workshop. So in this session we will discuss about what is exactly structure of Java programming language. Means while writing a Java program, so which are the things which are mandatory and which are the things which are optional while writing the Java program. So, and along with that we will see what is the exact signature of main method and how to print a message on a screen, means what is the meaning of system.out.println. Fine. So let me open a editor. Fine. So this is a program. In the last session we have executed it. Now let me open a new file. So first save your file, give a name to your file. Let me give a name to my file as a sample2.java is the name of my file, and select extension. Source file is .java file, sample2.java is my file. So first of all, understand the minimum requirement of Java programming language when you write a Java program. So always remember, first section is called as your documentation section. Documentation section. So basically this section is nothing but give us some information about your program. So generally we write there the name of author, name of programmer, author means programmer, then date of program, then the execution date, or we can write any general information which is related to your program, what is the name of program, and also this is your documentation section. So always better to write a documentation to increase the readability of your code. So you should be know what is the purpose of this method in the Java, in this program and all. So for that purpose we generally use the documentation section. Now we will go with the some mandatory section that must be in your Java code. So first one, every Java code must have a class. Take an example. I have written one class here as a sample2. The name of my class is a sample2 and I close this class. Fine. There is nothing inside this class, it acts as an empty class. Just I have open a file, write some comments which is act as my documentation section, and here I define a class and then the name of class. So what is class? Class is a keyword and sample2 is the name of my class. So inside the class I am not returning anything. This is my empty class. Fine, this is my empty class. Let me save this, Control S. Now after that let me compile this one. Let me compile this class. So the name, I am in my example folder, Java C sample2 dot Java. So now what happened when I compile my Java code, which is having only one class, which is the empty class, it not given me as any error message. It does not give me any error message. It successfully compiled my Java code. Fine. But when I want to run my Java source file sample2, at that time I got one error main method not found in the class sample2. Java throws an exception. That exception is nothing but the main method not found. When method not found in a class sample2. So that means whenever your Java runtime environment will execute your code, first of all it will be check the main method in your source code. It will check the main method in your source code. So now see, first thing should be clear. We can define a class. First, it is mandatory to define a class in a Java. So we know that Java is object oriented programming language and everything should be written inside the class. So we have defined a class and then followed by the name of class. So here the name of class is a sample2 is a name of class. Now we need to write a main method. So in a Java, the signature of main method is public static void main, then string args argument, close this one, and this is the body of your main program. So let me close this. Okay, now understand this signature properly. What do you mean by public static void main? So very simple. First of all, we will look what is public. So generally what happened, take an example. Suppose if I am using a mobile phone, so my mobile phone is my private property. It's my private property. Other people cannot access it. But if I am using, or if we have one telephone booth, so that telephone booth can be used by any other one. So that generally we call it as a PCO center. So in the PCO center you will find out one telephone. That telephone can be used by anyone. That is, it is a public property. It can be accessed by anyone. That term is called as a public. So similarly, what happened, to access your main method outside this class, to access main method outside of the class, we need to define main method as public. Fine. So when that main method which we are declare inside the sample2 class, that method should be accessed outside the class. It can be accessed by outside the class. So to access that method outside the class, at that time we need to define that method as a public. If we make it as a private, suppose if someone make this method as a private method, so what happens? Suppose for example, I have this code, and in this main method I will make this main method as a private method. Private, Control S. Let me run this code. Sample, name of file is a sample, right? Sample.java. If you observe that file is successfully compiled, what I did, I just changed file from public to private. But now see, Java, I want to execute, and now if you observe, main method not found in a class, please define the main method as a public static void main. Why? Because whenever your Java runtime environment, most important thing, whenever your Java runtime environment want to execute your source code, your .class file, at that time the execution will start from main method. And the JVM know that whenever it call to the main method, the signature of that main method should be a public static void main. But here it not found a main method, because whenever it start to executing this, or whenever it start to reading, take an example, your JVM is reading this statement, so it will be check main method, and it will check the signature of that method is correct or not. But according to the JVM, the main method should be a public, but here it not found any method, any main method as a public main method. So the signature not match, signature does not match, so that it gives a message as, given a message as main method not found. Main method is here, but it is not found because it not follow the given signature. The signature is, it should be a public. The main method should be a public. And why your main method should be a public? Very simple. To access that main method outside the class, we need to define your main method as a public. So whenever we want to access the main method outside the class, at that time that main method, your main method should be a public. It should be a public method. Fine. So now understand, suppose if, go to the next one, static. What is the meaning of static? So to understand what is the meaning of static keyword in main signature, the signature of your main method. So one thing should be remember, whenever we want to write a class, whenever we write a class in a Java programming language, at that time, to access the member of the class, to access, the most important one, to access the member of class, to access the member of class, to access the member of class, we need to create object of that class, That means, suppose I want to access the sample2 class, I want to access the member of sample2 class. So generally, what do you mean by the member of this class? Member of the class means, the class is generally having two members. First one is variables, member variables, we call as a member variables, and second member is nothing but your method. So your class is having two members, variable, member variable, the variable which are declared inside the class, and second one is the method of that class, method written inside the class. So whenever you want to access the member of this class, at that time we need to create the object of that class. We cannot access the member of the class without the object of that class. And for that purpose, when you define a main method as a static method, static method can be accessed without creating the object of that class. So without creating object of the class, JVM can directly access your main method, So your JVM want to access a main method because the execution of program will start from a main. So your JVM want to access your main method, so that without creating an object of that class, for that purpose we make your main method as a static method. So if your method is a static method, so does not need to create a class, we can directly access. So for that purpose we make a main method as a static method. Fine. Now the third one is a void. So we know that when your JVM call to this main method, your main method not return any value. Main method does not return any value to JVM, so that main method, so that it is void method, so that we need to define a return type of main method as a void. It does not return any value to the JVM, so at that time so that we have to define that method as a void method. And the third one is itself the main, the name of method is the main. So the signature is given, the public static void main string args. It should be like this one. It is the Java strictly follow this signature. If it does not found the signature like this public static void main, it gives an exception. So for that purpose, the name of method should be main. We cannot write here as a capital letter M. So it is not acceptable. So it should be in a small case, main method. The execution of your Java program is start from main method, so that the main method is important. And string args is nothing but yes, command line argument. So what do you mean by command line argument? So when you write something from here, so this is Java sample1.java. So Java C is a command. Sample1.java will act as an argument. So what sometime we will give us some values. Later we will see when we learn the topic as a command line argument 10, 20. So this value will be act as an argument. So that all values will be stored in a one array, which is nothing but the args. So this is an array of character. So that we are using here as a string type. So whatever you are giving a value, if you are entering a value as a 10 and 20, but this is a numerical value, but when this value gets stored here, so at that time it will be stored in the form of that value will be considered as a character type. It will be considered as a character type. So it will be store all value as a character type, so that that argument array is your string args. That command line argument is nothing but the string args. So in this way we use a public static void main string args in our program. So first of all, understand, again I repeat, what is public. The meaning of public is, what is the meaning of public? To access the main method outside the class, we need to define a main method as a public method. Static means without creating an object of this class, the JVM can access your main method. For that purpose, that your main method make it as a static method. It does not return any value, so that it is declared as a void. And the execution of your Java program is always start from main. So we need to define a main method, and string args is nothing but your command line arguments. Fine. So in this way we use a main method signature. So again, one thing should be know that suppose let me go to the previous example to explain one point. Okay, this is your file which is having a sample. Name of the class is a sample. This is the main signature is absolutely correct. Suppose I am writing like static public void. So I have changed the order of access specifier. Static, public static. Now here I am writing as a static public. So now let's show me a code. Go to the command prompt. Go to your command prompt and check Java C sample dot Java. So your code is successfully compiled, and now run this Java sample. You got the message. So what is the meaning of this one? Suppose if you are change the order of your signature of your access specifier from public static to static public, your JVM will recognize, okay, this is a main method. The main method is having a public, it is static, it is return type as a void, and it is having a command line argument. So you can write a static public or public static, but always the better practice is follow the one standard. First of all public, then static. Fine. And now the next one is, whenever we want to print any value or any statement in a Java programming language, we use a statement system dot out dot print ln, system dot out dot print ln, and inside the bracket we write any message like again this is my first program. This is my first program. Fine. So now try to understand what is system. Okay, I did one mistake. Spelling. System dot out dot println. Fine. So Control S. Go to the command prompt. Your file is Java C sample 2.java. Source code is successfully compiled. Now how to run this code? We need command Java sample. Okay, sorry, sample 2. So this is my first program. You got the output. Now let me explain what is the meaning of system.out.println. So basically in Java we have one standard package. The package is java.util package, and inside this java.util package we have one class which is nothing but the system class. So system is a class, is a predefined class in a Java. System is a predefined class in a Java. So when you work with the system class, at that time this class is having a one class print. Class is print stream class, and inside this stream class we have declared a one static variable. That static variable is nothing but the out. Static variable is nothing but the out. So what happened? Okay, so your out is a static variable present in a system class of type print stream, and your system class is available into the java.lang. I have written here as a java.util, but it is a java.lang. So we have a package java.lang package language, and inside this you find out the one standard class which is a system class, and inside the system class you can find out the print stream class, and print stream class work with the one variable which is called as a static out method, static out variable, and this variable is used to print a value on a screen with the help of println method. So here println or print method. So two different methods are there. Println method to print some values or some message. So suppose if I am writing as a print method, so is a method to present in a print stream class. This method of your print stream class. This is a method of your print stream class. What is println? It is a method. It is a method where it present in print stream class. Present in a print stream class. Fine. So whenever you want to display any value or any message on a screen, at that time we need to write a statement system.out.println, and now again understand what is the meaning of system out and print. So system is a class present in a java.lang package. System is a class present in a java.lang package, and out is a static variable present in a system class of print stream. What is out? Out is a static variable. It is a static variable present in a print stream class. And what is println? Println is a method present in a print stream class. So the purpose of this statement is to print a value on a screen or to print any message on a screen. So for that purpose we use a system.out.println. So in a C programming language we directly use a printf statement, right? So in Java you have to write a system.out.println. So we should be know that this two statement, which is a first one, which is a mandatory main statement, should be there, and then to print any value we use a system.out.println. Fine. Now sometimes questions come to mind, sir, it is necessary to give a name to file, like the name of class, it is necessary the name of class and the name of file should be a same. So the answer is no, it is not necessary your file name and your class name should be a same. But what happened, suppose, let me explain with the example. Now here the name of class is a let me go to the previous class, it is much better. Class, the name of class is a sample, and here the name of file is a sample. Suppose I want to change the name of my class is like a class sample. Instead of this I will be write as a demo 1 demo example, right? I given a name to my class as a demo example class, and what is the name of file is a sample.java. So Control S, go to the command prompt, now run java c demo example, sorry, the name of class file is a demo, correct? Name of file is a demo.java. So demo.java, welcome to users. I think it is, what is the error message? System, okay, I have not saved this file, let me save this one. Control S, system.out.println, welcome user, demo example sample.java. So Control S, java c, I have given a wrong name, the name of my file is a sample, let me correct, sample.java. Now enter. Fine. So your code is successfully compiled. The name of file is a sample. You can find out here what is the name of my file, sample.java. So I have compiled sample.java file. But now what I want to compile this code, I want to run this code. So java c and java sample. So you got the message as a welcome user. Why you got this message? Now go to the directory example, you can find out here already one class is that sample class, fine. But in my program I have a class as a demo example dot class. So if you want to execute that class, okay, so for better understanding, let me do one thing. You got the message as a welcome user, I want to print the message as a welcome programmer, fine. Control S, now check. First of all, compile your code, java c sample.java, compile, and now suppose you are executing a java sample. So what message you got? Welcome user. But here what is your message? Welcome programmer. So that means this class not get execute. So if you want to execute this one, what you have to write? Give a name of the your class. So name of class is a demo example, and now you got the message as a welcome programmer. So simple. It is not mandatory to have a name of class, the name of class and the name of file, not necessary to have a same, but it is always better to give a name of file and the name of class should be a same. So better I will be right here as a sample one. Sample is the name of my sample is the name of this file. Okay. Again, suppose we had seen we can give a different name, but suppose demo example is a name, fine, and if I declare this class as a public class, control S, now go to the file, your Java C sample.java. Now check, the class demo example is a public, should be declared in a file named demo example.java. So what happened, whenever you declare any class as a public class, at that time the name of class and the name of your file should be the same, otherwise it can be a different point. Remember this point, the name of class, if your class is a public type, then the name of class and the name of your file should be a same one, fine. So now again let me correct this one according to my problem statement. So fine, so in this way we can write a program in a Java. So in this session we have seen what is exactly public static void main and what is the meaning of this system.out.println. So it is generally asked in the interview, what is the meaning of, what is main signature, and explain that signature. So what is public static void main. So fine, so in the next video, in the next session we will see the another concepts of Java programming language. So where we will see how to create the object of the class. Fine, so thank you so much for your time.